I'm Sheena Larson, and today I'm going to be demonstrating scaling of some canine teeth using different types of hand scalers and an ultrasonic scaler and some curettes. So to mimic the canine teeth, I just painted some of these syringe casings to mimic each tooth. So this one here is mimicking the buccal aspect of the 100 quadrant. This one is the buccal aspect of the 400 quadrant. This one is the palatal aspect of the 100. And this one is the lingual aspect of the 400s. So I'm going to start off. And I have two different types of hand scalers here. I do believe that they're both different types of sickle scalers. And to do that, you want to use the modified pen holding technique. So I'm going to start off, and you always want to work from the base and move towards the crown. So I'm pretending that the dog is, say, in left lateral with the left side down. And you would always want to brace your finger, and you want to, I just want to give myself something to push up against, so brace, and then you want to take, and you just want to pull. And then to repeat that, because I'm using the cutting edge of the scaler, bracing, then working from the gingiva. You don't want to go subgingival with these scalers. And then just pull up. And of course, it works a little bit different for real calculus than it would with whiteout, but you get the same general idea. You're wanting to take the calculus off. You're not wanting to damage the surface of the tooth. So I'll repeat that with this one here. So I'm just going to take it, again bracing, and just scraping. Along, using cutting surface there. And of course, on a real dog, you can do some manipulation to get the right angle. You can't really rotate it like how you would a syringe case. So would go, and then would brace and pull. And then I'm also going to explain what I would use for a curette. This one here, there we go. It only has one cutting edge, so this is a Gracie curette. So we would be using it to get the calculus below the gum line. So subgingivally. So we would want to insert the curette into the sulcus with the back first, and then you would want to rotate so that the cutting surface is against the tooth, and then you would want to pull up. Because you don't want to do any damage to the sulcus. So, as though I'm pushing it in, because this surface here is smooth. So it would be pushing in, rotating, and pulling. And I just noticed that for those ones I would have missed. So like if we had taken our Dental Explorer, we would have gone and we would have felt that those pieces of calculus were missed, because the smooth enamel feels like smooth glass. So we would go back in and make sure that we get off each piece there. So, and then this one here has two cutting edges, so it is a universal curette. So once again, the back of it is still smooth. So you would put it into the sulcus, being careful not to damage it. Rotate so that the cutting edge is there, and pull. So rotating against the tooth and pulling. And again, I'm always using balance. And I'm always working coronally, so from the root direction towards the tooth, or towards the crown of the tooth. And then for using the ultrasonic scaler, it's powered by the little hand pedal down below, and this one here works. It vibrates at high speed with the water to help cool it down. If you work too slowly on that, if you work too slowly on it, then you can actually heat up the tooth so that it damages the pulp cavity and the nerves and whatnot that are inside. So you never want to spend longer than 10 seconds on each tooth. And you don't work with it facing down. You want to work with the side and let the vibration help to break up the calculus. And so again, you're always braced. So like, for example, if I had like the teeth here, I would be braced, and I would just use that. And then if I'm taking too long on that tooth, I can move over and work on this tooth. So, I think that was just the spot I had missed, but if that was an actual tooth, there we go. So then I have my cleaned buccal surface for the 100s, and So for this video, I need to show the scaling of 2 quadrants. So I'm going to take my buccal aspect of the 400s, and I'm going to start by using the ultrasonic scaler to clean to scale these incisors. So once again, we always want to start at the root and work towards the crown. So I'm going to rest my hand and going to work. That one's fairly hard on, so there we go. So I'm just going in between these 2 teeth here because I don't want to spend too much time where I could damage the pulp. So that's as though I'm using the ultrasonic scaler for that. And now I'm going to get one of the scalers here, and once again I'm going to be demonstrating that you want to work from the root towards the crown. The ones that I got rid of would have been the 401, 402, and 403, and this would have been the canine tooth, or the 404. Oop. And so I just want to go. And I'm using the cutting surface of the scaler. Of course, in real life, the whiteout doesn't, or you're not using it on whiteout, you're using it on the calculus on the tooth. So there. And again, with the scalar types, we are never going subgingivally. So then, using a different one, again, always having a point of balance. So you're wanting to match the cutting surface to the shape of the tooth because you don't want to damage the enamel. So then I'm going to take a curette and pretending that I'm going down into the sulcus to get subgingival calculus. So going to go with the back and then rotate so that the cutting edge is against there, and then I'm just going to pull towards the root, or towards the crown. Using my brace, back in, and And of course, you're going to be using different types of tools for different jobs. So for here, I'm going to pretend that I'm cleaning out the sulcus on this tooth. And then I can go back and take my scaler and use the scaler above the gum line. So then this one here is my universal curette. So once again, back down, then rotating and pulling up. Apparently my whiteout was a little bit lumpy on that side, so I'm already catching on that tooth. Go. There we go. So that there was the buccal aspect, and we want it to stay nice and smooth. Oh, there we go. So then this would have been the palatal aspect of the 100 quadrant. So we would have gotten that by flipping the dog onto the other side, so then, and having the mouth open, and I would be working, these teeth would now be on the bottom, whereas working on them when they were like this, they would have been more at the top. So these would be underneath, there would be the mouth going up that way. I don't know if that really shows well what I'm trying to explain. So I'm going to take my scaler and once again pull down. And some pieces can be a little bit stubborn, like those ones here. And if you find that that tool isn't working, you can try a different one. There we go. So this one here was my second type of scaler. Different types of scalers help you to get different angles or they're different sizes. Go using the yep, this one's the greasy curette. There we go. I want the cutting angle down. So again, going into the sulcus, rotating and pulling up. Going in, rotating, and pulling up. Using my universal. Oh, and once again, back first, rotating, pulling. Then I'm just going to use my ultrasonic here, and I'm always working towards the crown. Go. So this would be the lingual aspect of the 400s. And once again, that would be on the side of the jaw that's closest to the table now. So I'm going to take, this is one of the sickle scalers. And pull up. There we go. Now I'm going to take my other one. I suppose if I'm pretending that it's attached to a dog. There we go, working coronally. There we go. That is some stubborn whiteout. There we go. Moving on to my curettes. This one here is the greasy curette. So, working with the back going down into the sulcus first, rotating, And then making sure the cutting edge is against the tooth and pulling up. This one here is my universal cret. There we go. And then I'm going to use the ultrasonic scaler for these last couple of teeth. Oh, there we go. There we go. So that was cleaning the lingual aspect of the 400s. So that would be how I would get each of those. That is how I would scale those teeth using the hand scalers, the curettes, and the ultrasonic scaler.